My name is Richard Gates, and I approve the following message. Thank you for having me and allowing me to speak today. I'm running for 2nd District, like I told you when I introduced myself. I am from Keokuk. I'm also a Tea Party supporter. I've been involved with the Tea Party movement for the past 2.5 years. We started a 912 group in Keokuk. That was early in 2009. By the end of 2009, I had started a social website called 912 Patriots for Action. It's a national group. It's divided up by state, something like Tea Party Nation is. We've got a group set up for each state. We've got over 700 members of that. I recently turned over ownership of that website to allow myself more time to run for this office. I went to a town hall meeting. I went to actually 3 of them one weekend with my wife to listen to Dave Loebsack. When we got to Burlington, I was very shocked and very upset to hear him when he was asked where in the Constitution is it okay to inject socialism into the federal government, such as health care. And Mr. Loebsack stood and said straight-faced that no, it isn't in the Constitution, but that's okay, we do it all the time. I got up and I left. Was anybody else at that town hall meeting in Burlington or able to see him in 2009?
Nobody said it before. I mean, after that, because we've been a lot of them, and he said basically the same thing already.
If you go to my Facebook page, you will be able to find the audio, because I got home, I got the audio and downloaded it from the radio station archive, and I put together a little slideshow to go with it. We cannot have a socialist representing the people of Southeast Iowa any longer. It is time for him to go. And since we're going to be replacing him, let's replace our federal tax system with the fair tax. H.R. 25 is a bill that is actually in Congress right now. It's 137 pages that I printed out, double-spaced, and it's right here. This will replace 70,000 pages of federal tax code that we have right now. It will eliminate all payroll, income, investment, capital taxes, and estate taxes. In other words, it will take 22% out of the cost of any product or service that we have right now. It will replace it with a 23% consumption tax on new items only. You'll only be taxed once. It's the best thing that we can do for this country and for our future and our economy. We've got something like $14 trillion parked offshore right now to avoid paying taxes. It's legally there, but that money all comes home as soon as we remove the tax penalties attached to it right now. Our business environment will grow. We will have the best economy in the world, the most business-friendly economy in the world, and we can get that done with, we need about 100 more co-sponsors. We have 67 co-sponsors in the House. We have 9 in the Senate right now. I know I'm running on that platform. Steve Rathje ran in District 2 last time. He's running in District 1 this year. I've talked to Steve. He's going to support the fair tax as well. I have a friend, Christy Risk, in Indiana. She's running on the fair tax, and she's a homeschooler as well. So we've got the support coming. I think we can get the fair tax in the next election cycle. So we can do that and get that supported. The other thing, has anybody heard of the Trans-Canada pipeline? Have you heard that they are having some problems? Yeah. And Nebraska sent the White House a letter saying that they don't want it to be licensed. 3 environmental groups the other day, I think it was Friday, have filed suit to stop the progress on that pipeline. Folks, why don't we go and meet with the governor and let's tell him if Nebraska doesn't want it, fine. Let's bring it over here to Iowa. While we're at it, let's build some refineries here in Iowa, because we've got 148 old refineries. To do that, we're gonna have to do things like get rid of the EPA, and to do that and still keep the independents on board, because we have to worry about clean air. Let's reconstitute the EPA as a congressional committee answerable to Congress, where there has to be a vote on any new regulation. Let's rewrite their mission plan to make them proactive to work with the communities and the businesses to provide a marketable clean air solution. And let's quit with the police tactics, the fines, the restrictions, and the heavy licensing burden that they put on our businesses right now. We do that, then we can start rebuilding and replacing some of these 50 and 60-year-old refineries that we've got right now. I've already had somebody on my campaign committee that has had a meeting with an oil executive, and where's he an executive at? Over on pipelines. We discussed the proposal that I just put forward to you today, and at the end of all of that, his reaction was brilliant. We asked him, where in Iowa, where in the Midwest would you put a new refinery? You know what his answer was, folks? Southeast Iowa, because we've got the logistics to do it. So I have a meeting set up with Governor Branstad on the 28th, just for this issue. Is anybody here would support that issue if I run to that? We can bring a good economy to the state of Iowa, and it's not going to be solar panels, and it's not going to be the high-speed rail that nobody's going to ride if we did have it. But we can get refineries in Iowa. It also makes us a central distribution point. We've got the ethanol. Ethanol has to be trucked, can't be pipelined. So if we get the pipeline from Canada, we get our refineries, we create a lot of instant jobs, we become a central hub for ethanol, gasoline production, and distribution in the Midwest. It's going to be, you know, there's a lot of places closer to Seattle and Maine than Texas.